Hello everyone, welcome back. This week our plan is to learn more about letters and emails. In the previous class, we have a very clear understanding about emails, its structures, when and where we send those emails in the business world. In this video, I'm going to take you across a very important letter which is called application letter. Look into the phrase application letter. The phrase conveys a very clear message. It is a letter which is going to accompany an application. So, do you think it is possible to send an application at the workplace? Or as a student, are you sending any applications? If yes, if you agree, we send application at the workplace as well as we send application as a graduate, then I also agree with you that we always send letters which is a part of an application. That is why it is called as an application letter. We know when we write application, how we write application, where we write application, but I want to give you a holistic idea about what are the different kinds of application letters usually we write, maybe as a student or maybe as an employee in a corporate. Look into the different kinds of application letters we usually send it to the required stakeholders. It can be an application on an inquiry, where you inquire about a product when you are in a procurement department, or as an individual, if you are going to buy a product which is really an expensive product, then we make an inquiry letter. An inquiry letter is also a kind of application that we ask them about the product features, the value of it, resale value of it, and many more information related to the product. So it's called as an inquiry letter. And when we apply for something, what is it something? When we apply for a project, maybe as a student, or if you are a part of an industry, we apply for different kinds of projects from different organizations, maybe a government, maybe a non-government or semi-government to a private agencies. We apply for many kinds of fundings. We apply for joint ventures. We seek requests for innovation, collaboration at the workplace or as an R&D person in the academic industry itself. So that we apply for something. So that is the meaning of the word something. Then again, it's a part of an application letter. So your application letter is going to convey what exactly you're looking for in collaboration or a support or a request to be made. So that is called as applying for something. Your application letter also can be a permission letter to get some approvals. Probably you are in an office, you are applying to your head of the department, or you're applying to the project leader stating that I have an emergency work to be done this evening, so I'll be so happy if you can relieve me by 3 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock. Again, you're asking a permission, and a permission letter is also a part of application letter. There you apply to somebody, maybe your higher level people, asking for a request. So again, a permission to leave the office at the earlier stage. Or imagine that you want to procure something, you're asking permission to your higher officials. Ma'am, is it okay if I can go ahead with the procurement of this product, which will be very useful for my teamwork? So again, that's the kind of permission letter where we apply to our higher officials as well. Requesting or request for someone. You may be writing to the head of your department, or you may be writing to the HR manager, you may be writing to your team leaders asking, I'm in this project needs a lot of human resource, so will it be possible to add few more people with these kind of skills and abilities to the current team? Again, you are making a request to somebody. You're asking some people to assist you to complete your work on time in an excellent way. Again, you make a request. That's called request for someone. Requesting for something. Again, you are making a request to the purchase team or procurement team or the maintenance team, asking for two or three cupboards or a shelf to keep all the files in an organized way. There you make a request for something, to buy something, to add new features to your office. Hope you have understood very clearly what sort of applications we make at a different workplace environment, as well as based on the needs. It can be an application for buying things, or it can be an application to add new members in your team. So all these things comes under application letter. So let us be very clear, application letter is not only to apply for a job. We have a different kind of phrase for it. It's called as a cover letter, which we will be seeing in the next video. So application generally covers all kind of requests, all kind of needs that you for yourself as a student or as an employee of a company. Now let's lead the structure of an application letter. Any letter, starts with a greeting. So generally, this application letter is classified into three different parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. So when I say introduction, it starts with a greeting. Dear sir, dear madam, hello sir, hi sir, respected sir. It all depends on the situation that you are communicating it to the higher level, to the same level, or to the lower level. So salutation or greetings depends on the situation on which you are writing this application letter. And the introduction should have a very clear reason or an objective. Why you are sending this application? What makes you to write this application? Very precise, very simple. So the introduction part goes for about 1 or 2 sentences where there is a statement why this letter is all about. The next part is the body of the letter, where we address the requirement. What exactly you need? Do you need 4 people? Why you need 4 people? How is it you're going to use these 4 people? Where is it you're going to use the 4 people? Can you give a response to all these things? So we address the key requirement in this part, in the body of the letter, which is usually a second paragraphs in a simplified way. I can say the first paragraph starts with the introduction, where we say, hello, hi, dear madam, respected sir, and a precise and objective or reason for writing the statement. The second paragraph is the body of the letter, where we address the requirement, key requirements. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, please make it a point. The second paragraphs should be well written. It's not that you should not write the first paragraph well. So the whole part of the letter should be well written. It should be free from grammatical errors or syntax errors, or make sure that your letter is very simple, clear, conveys the exact message that you try to convey to the people who want to read that. Make it more meaningful. Don't have any loose talks, loose discussions in the part of the letter, because it's more formal. It's a need-based letter. When we say application letter, it's a need-based letter. So emphasize very clearly on the reason why you are writing this letter to them. And make sure that whatever you try to convey, make it in 3 or 4 points. Not too much. The second paragraph should have only 3 or 4 points where you talk to the core. What exactly is your need? How you are going to use them? What will be the output in case if you are very particular to tell them what is the output if I happen to add these people to my team. So make it very clear. The last part is the conclusion part. In other words, I can say the third paragraph in an application letter can be the conclusion part, where we are going to say, just look into the documents that I have attached, which will give you a very clear idea why I need 3 more people to be added on to my team. I'm just giving an example to add few people, but the example can be anything. The reason can be anything when you apply. As I told you earlier, it can be an inquiry, it can be applying for something, asking for somebody, requesting for something, it can be anything. So the conclusion part gives a very clear information that I have attached some documents as a proof why we need more people, why I need this thing, why I need this stuff. Then always see off with yours sincerely, yours faithfully. That gives a complete end to a formal application. So what is the structure of a application is all about? It's all about introduction, body, and a conclusion. Well written, and meaning is completely conveyed. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, always remember your application should be readable. You may be an expert in using a language, but that doesn't mean that the people who reads knows all these kinds of vocabulary that you are going to use. And if it doesn't convey the meaning, what is the use of using high-fied vocabulary? That's of no use. People may think that you lack in proficiency. You may be very efficient guy, but your proficiency level matches with the right word in the right place. So make sure that your application is readable. Don't add any irrelevant information which is not related to the application, to the core of the letter, to the objective of the letter. Make sure that your language is error-free. Any kind of errors. Your letter talks more volume about you, which means that it is going to convey what sort of language skills you have, what sort of communication skills you have. Make sure that it is error-free. And don't forget to mention the date. It is a piece of evidence that you have made a request on so-and-so date on these kind of people to be added in your team. So make sure that you don't miss the date, which is a part of an official letter as well. So boys and girls, I hope you have got a very clear idea about application letters. You also learned the structure of the letter as well as what are the things to keep in mind when it comes to an application letter. Thank you very much.